right, folks. We just have the players just setting up the table, going over their armies, going over some special rules, getting the train all sorted out. It looks like they got the ball rolling really quickly today, this morning. Only about 15 minutes into this one. Looks like just about everyone's got their board set up. Some people have started rolling dice already.
Should we go over the list a little bit?
That sounds good. All right, we've got Stanley here. He's got Mutants and Mad Things, he calls it. 2 drops. He's gone for the Tzeentch-specific manifestation lore and spell lore here, of course. As mentioned before, he's doing Scouting Force and Attuned to Gyron for his first regiment and his general. We have Kairos Fate Weaver locking in. We've got a reinforced Blues and Brims, and then we've got a single Chaos Spawn of Tzeentch, and then the double min squads of Pinks here, Pink Horrors. And then in the second regiment, we've got the Curseling, the unique Curseling guy. He's got the 2 hero trait and artifact, it looks like. And we've got another single Chaos Spawn. Then we got the signature reinforced block of Zangor and Lighten. And then we've got another reinforced Zangors on foot. Super hard to shift. And then we've got the faction train. The Argent Shards are very strong. They go all over the place. All right. And then we've got... We've got Isaiah with his Stormcast Eternals. He's running... Oh, I forgot to mention the battle formation for Tzeentch. I don't see a battle formation. We'll come back to that. All right, looks like we got Stormcast Eternals. He's running Lightning Echelon. He's a 3-drop. He's got the Stormcast-specific spell and prayer, and he's running Morbid Conjuration today. His battle tactics were Master the Path, Wrathful Cycles, and then he's running, in his General's Regiment, Karazai the Scarred. He's got a reinforced block of the Dracothian Guard Desolators, and he's got a Knight Vexillor plus Praetors and Vigilors, both minimum-sized units. And then we've also got in the second regiment, a Knight Relictor holding both the Beacon of Ezir and the Envoy of Heavens for the artifact and hero trait. Then we've got a Storm Coven filling out that regiment. And then, as a Regiment of Renown, rounding out his 3 drops, we've got the Rogue Engine, Outlaw Cannonade Cogfort. Very exciting stuff there. And then we've got his faction terrain, the Storm Reach Portal, rounding out the rest of the list. So we've got a super elite Stormcast army, it looks like, when compared to the massive unit sizes of the Tzeentch player here. Looks like players have just got the table set up properly, just getting deployment sorted out.
I'm not gonna lie, Sean. I'm excited to see this cog fort running around. Because I haven't really been involved much in the game over the last year. I keep hearing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen a couple in action a couple weeks ago when they first dropped, and they're pretty impressive. They're a bit expensive, but if you place them right, choose their targets right, they've got some tricks up their sleeves. And they're also just super sturdy, hard to remove. Big control score.
All right. Finally getting some models placed out here on the board.
Yeah, looks like Isaiah's placing his portal down.
And the Tzeentch pillars out. Maybe not.
You know, it's been a while since I've seen Stormcast in action, especially since I've seen Karazai on the table. I'm not sure how he does, but from what I remember, he was a real a horde clear kind of piece before.
Yeah, he's the beat stick versus the other one being the caster.
Right.
Okay.
There. Just overhearing from what Isaiah's explaining about Karazai, he's got a -1 attack debuff in combat range, so
Yeah.
super strong piece. And then he gains attacks when he loses his wounds, so he's gonna pop off if you don't clear him out in one go, he can just slap you back super hard.
He has a ward too, right?
I believe so.
So that'll do some damage prevention with the mortal wounds that Tzeentch will probably try to dish out.
Right.
My guess would be also with the wounds pool of each individual model for the Stormcast, the Chaos Spawn shenanigans from Tzeentch will be somewhat limited potentially.
Yeah, most Stormcasts are 2 or 3 wounds. The Dracothian Guard being pretty, starting, I think they're like 6 wounds, so you'd have to really chip them down or chip down some other units to try to get that 1 wound remaining on a model or something.
Yeah, rolling a 1 on your D3 spell damage and being 1 short on producing a spawn is bad feels.
Right.
Not that anybody feels bad for Tzeentch.
Pulling up Karazai's War Scroll here, it looks like he's got that. He does not have a ward, but he does have the -1 attack if he's in combat range. It's just pick 1 enemy unit, so not everything. But he's got a Rampage that is, he picks an enemy unit in combat, and then he rolls a dice per model, and on 5 up, it's mortals.
Ooh.
So pretty good there. And then he's got, when he deteriorates, he gets better instead of worse. So he gains an attack when he's taken 5 to 9, and then he gains 2 attacks when he's got 10 or more damage on him. And this guy's sitting at a brisk 20 wounds, so even at 10 damage suffered, it's kind of a sweet spot for him because he's got that 3-up save, so 10 wounds on him, not too bad. And he's quite the beat stick, so he's a good monster, I like to say. He hits on 3s instead of 4s, so he's got that 3s and 2s profile. On the flip side, we have Samuel with Kairos, which is a pretty scary caster because you can't really, it's hard to stop him if he's able to roll 6s or 5. You know, he changes the lower value to the higher value of his dice rolls every time. And I believe he provides a +1 to cast to everybody else.
I thought they changed the high-low.
Is it high-low? I haven't seen him too recently.
I think they changed the profile on it. If you want
Let's
to double
pull
check.
it up. Yeah.
It used to be straight oppressive, but yeah, I think they reined that in. I think he now just gets a +1.
Be ecstatic to find out.
It's all right, guys. We have the technology. We will figure it out. so it looks like we got Stormcast first drop.
Now it looks like he dropped the Storm coming down there. And probably the hero that goes, the Knight Relictor and the Storm coming, it looks like.
Relictor in the skies, just waiting for a chance. Got Sam dropping that reinforced block of Zangors. Even with a 5-up save, those Zangors are 2 wounds apiece, so you got 40 wounds in that block, and once they get buffed up a little bit, or whatever target they're going after has been debuffed through the Tzeentch spell lore, they turn into a real blender.
Yeah, they become both a tar pit and a blender. They get that Shield of Fate up. They get I believe there's a -1 to hit aura they can get off, and possibly even a -1 to wound at the same time, lapping both sides. It looks like Cairo still does have that Mastery of Magic.
Okay.
He changes the lowest to the highest to match the highest D6.
If they got rid of it on the lore to change.
Right. It's a Cairo specific thing.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. That's what it was.
And then he does also provide that +1 to cast for, it looks like all friendly Disciples of Tzeentch, so himself included, I would
Within
assume.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the lore to change. They changed that high.
And then he
low
gets
on
that
it.
free, no CP spent for Magical Intervention. It's pretty substantial.
Pretty good. Yeah, for those of you guys who didn't know, turns out Kairos is not terrible.
Yeah, he also comes with a 5-up ward stock, so 16 wounds, 5-up, 5-up.
And the cog fort's down.
Oh, baby. Love to see it. It looks like Isaiah is placing just a couple drops just to force the whole army to deploy to the Tzeentch side because he's only a 2-drop.
You know, I think they could have leaned in a little bit more on that cog fort model to make it look like Howl's Moving Castle. Just a little bit more.
Right.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah, they all kind of naturally have the silhouette.
I mean, it's close.
Yeah. Looks like Cairo's going down, sort of in the center, a little off-center to the left here, with the pink supporting that flank. And another identical squad of pink supporting the right flank.
It looks like it's about to be a pink horse sandwich at some point in time.
Yep. Samuel just doing a great job zoning out his deployment zone, making sure there's no spaces 9 inches away, any sneaky deep strikes.
It's easy to zone out when you start, but as the game goes, it becomes quite difficult. Stormcast will find a way to be in the most annoying and obnoxious place possible.
Right. And Stormcast is renowned for bringing these super powerful hammers that are super low model count. So like Karazai and the Dracothian Guard, only 5 models altogether, but they really pack a punch. And then he's got all of this range support with the Storm Covenant, pretty neat. And he's got these Vigilers to give that +1 to hit buff after they target something. I think it's just shooting at something. I don't know if they have to do damage to it as well. It looks like the Dracothian Guard are going down to support that Cog Fort. And Karazai running up the middle here. And it looks like he kept the Praetors up in the sky with the Vigilers. Very interesting choice because usually the Praetors are running with that Karazai to give them that 5-up ward, 4-up pass off, or whatever they have.
Yep.
So very interesting choice. Seeing as Samuel has the choice to go first turn, I think Isaiah might be baiting him into taking that first turn and opening up for a double early. Pure speculation, of course. Just readjusting, making sure measurements are in order. Let's take a look at the mission today. We've got the Grasp of Thorns. So this one is pretty straightforward. You score 5 for at least 1, score 3 for 2, and score 2 for more than your opponent. Now the twist for the underdog is Carnivorous Flora. You pick an objective to be grasping. Roll a dice for each unit on that objective. On a 3-up, every model in the unit that is within the control zone of the objective is entangled for the rest of the battle round. Entangled models must stay on the control zone, and they cannot leave it for the rest of the battle round. And they can't even be set up. They can't be removed from the battlefield, reset up. They just cannot exit that objective. So if you're not careful, you can get caught with a crucial unit on an objective, be left on the other side of the table. Maybe we'll see a clutch Grasp of Thorns play today. It is a 3-up, of course, so. Quick shout out to our sponsor, War Game Trader, Army Painter, Artist Opus, Jacochi bags. Battle Foam Plus. Looks like we're underway here. Looks like Samuel went ahead and take that first turn.
I feel bad because I'm enjoying it. I want to, but I don't know that I can get home like this.
This is the medicine my doctor gave me, my elbow. Muscle relaxer, muscle relaxer. I think that's anti-inflammatory. That's a nerve agent.
Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with Gavin.
All right, looks like he's just going through casting for Kairos here.
That would go off on a 14. No, winder, it is. It is. 100%. It's good stuff.
Just going through here on Kairos. He's on, believe he's on his second spell of 3 right now. I think this is Weird Flame. He rolled an insane like 13 or 14 here. Rolled that 6.
On a 14.
Going for that final spell. This is the teleport, really crucial. He rolls that 14, so can't really unbind that.
Is you can choose to send something up into the sky, and you can choose to pull something from reserve down. Both are options. In this case, I'm going to pull these guys up in the sky,
Looks like he's pulling the blues off.
and I'm going to pull out a Chaos Spawn,
And he's getting the Chaos Spawn in exchange.
Caster, or you could choose a shard. So I'm going to
So this is the teleport slash, I guess it's the exchange of units with the shards here. He casts a spell, he pulls up the blues, and then he pulls out that Chaos Spawn here. And now he's being very precise, making sure he's within 12 of Karazai. And within 3 of the center, I believe. He's trying to get that attuned to Gyron really early. It's a very good idea.
Isaiah priming that rogue engine for some blasting. Make sure
Right.
we have the cannon point in the right spot.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Straight at that guy, yep. Public enemy number 1. Looks like this was Kairo's final spell. I was off count on the spells, people. They threw out the Sigil of Tzeentch right in front here. Really good debuff piece. Looks like he got the -1 to hit variant this time.
So it's kind of like a burst. So every 0 phases you go off. If enemies were within 9, you can -1 to hit. So friendlies are +1 to hit. And it doesn't work where you move into it. It's just a burst on 0.
Now, for those who don't know how the Sigil works, for the Tzeentch player, it gives them a buff, and for enemy units, it gives a debuff. I believe it's a 9-inch aura, and it's kind of a pulse. It's not like a always existent aura. It's kind of a weird one. It pulses in the hero phase. He rolls the dice, then he gets that result. So if there were enemy units, they would be -1 to hit. But since there are only friendly units, the ones within 9 or wholly within 9, I'm not sure which, get a +1 to hit now.
My first thing's going to cast my last spell. So that's +2 to 10. So that's a 10.
Looks like the Curseling here is casting a spell. Looks like he got a 10 total with all the bonuses. Are we seeing dice, folks?
Would you like to do anything in hero?
Is it that one? No?
No, I don't think so. They should be coming in.
Right. All right, let's do a test real quick. Be right back.
Just some technical difficulties, no big deal. No.
Is it frozen somewhere?
I don't know. We'll have to have our IT guru take a look at it whenever he gets here later today. I'd say just let it go for now. We got a better chance of messing this up than fixing it.
Sorry about that, folks. Looks like our dice tray camera is a little frozen on us. So we'll either see if it comes back or the players will just roll wherever they want, looks like. Now it looks like Samuel has moved the reinforced Skyfire block straight up the center, getting that attuned to Gyran first part, ideally this turn, and then he'll be set up to do, probably the rest. He might even be getting scouting. Oh no, this territories are cut straight down the center of the table, so it'd be a pretty difficult task to get the first part of scouting right now. I think Samuel is more worried about opening up his back line so super early. Perfect.
Gotta love when a plan comes together.
I did it wrong. I did VPs.
See?
Yeah, it's hard.
harder than you thought.
It's hard because they switch them.
I know. Now you understand why I messed it up every time. All right. Sam doing a slight readjustment with Kairos there, making sure to cover that back line like Sean was talking about. I think that's going to be one of the harder things for Sam to maintain is that back line. He's eventually going to have to concede something, but...
Right. Especially with his tactics he chose scouting for, so he's really, that one encourages you to claim board control and take your opponent's deployment zone, essentially. And then attune to Gyran, you can probably do that one in your own deployment zone after the first one, but... Yeah, definitely not the turn to open up your backline yet. Looks like we're going for a redeploy here on the Dracothian Guard. I think he's trying to take advantage of obscuring here, possibly. The unit may be too big.
Also wouldn't be surprised if he just wants to get him up the board.
Yeah, I mean, I think he
next turn a little bit easier for him.
Absolutely. The extra 5-inch of movement there is pretty insane. I think they moved 10 inches base, possibly.
Well, now you're talking about, in Isaiah's first turn, getting into either the faction terrain or that block of Zangor Enlightened pretty easily.
Right.
We're talking, what, 5-inch charge, maybe, if it was his full movement?
Yeah, so he's got a lot of pieces to slide into, pile in off of here, so he probably has his own choice of wherever he wants to go. At the same time, he could threaten a further objective, considering that there's only 4 objectives here, and to control more, you have to take one of your opponents. So if he does that early, I'm not saying throwing him into the Zangors is a great idea, but I know those Dracothian Guard really put some damage down.
If it were just the Zangors, or if it were just the Pinks, sure.
Right.
I think it'd be a pretty bold strategy to go into both of them.
Of course.
But maybe he's into that sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We have no idea where Karazai or the Cog Fort's going to go alone, so I think once we see where those are headed, we can kind of picture what's going to go down.
It does look like he's pretty heavily skewed to that right side there with our Stormcast, so, he may be trying to wheel that direction, rotate the board a little bit. But he's got enough people up in the sky that are going to come down so he can fill in the gaps as needed.
Right. Look like he's just debating covering fire from probably the Cog Fort, I imagine. Nice. I'm trying to track the CPs today, folks. We are up to date so far. Looks like he's passing on the covering fire. No charges. Probably no charges from either side. Going straight to scoring here. He's got scoring 1, scoring 2, and scoring at the first part of a tune for 13-point turn here. Oh, they're good. Coming out the gate strong from the Disciples of Tzeentch player here. 13 points, really good to open up with. Not quite maximum. Might get you the underdog.
Still getting that attuned early, so he's not forced to run towards the middle of the map mid-game.
Right. Yeah, I think Tzeentch has really good tools to get that attuned early, because they can do that shards to pump out that at least one unit, and then you have you have either discs or you could run some Carracks up, just some cheap stuff. Looks like he went for the mobile piece.
Yeah, not overextending himself by any means.
Right. I like that he's chosen the big endless spell base to kind of zone out his left side, and then he's got the shard on the right side. So he's got this kind of a crescent-shaped semicircle shielding Kairos.
Kind of like the points would imply for the Disciples of Tzeentch. Kairos costs that much for a really good reason. It's the engine that drives the entire army.
Absolutely.
You're hard-pressed to find any Tzeentch list that doesn't have Kairos in it. At least any good Tzeentch list.
Right. He's definitely the linchpin every time I play against him.
It's been that way for about 2 years now.
Looks like Isaiah, flipping into Isaiah's turn, he's just going to throw down a Gravetide out.
I have +1 to unbind from Kairos. It goes off. Yeah. That's in there.
Gets off the Gravetide successfully. Just trying to see where he wants to throw it down now. Now the Gravetide is awesome because not only does it get +1 damage on the charge, but it's such a huge base and such an awkward piece that it can really block up your opponent or block a charge real easily. Isaiah just debating if he wants to banish that the Tzeentch endless spell, the curriculum. How do we say that one? Oraculum? The one with 2 heads on it.
You're going to be closer than I will be. Just say that. I believe in you.
Nice. Gets the banish.
Yep, and that's the caster killer, right? I think it does heavy damage against wizards.
It's the anti-wizard. Absolutely. Looks like he did a prayer on the Relictor, rolled the 1, takes some damage, unfortunately. Go ahead and mute me. I'm going to unplug those and plug those back in. See.
Vexilor, just so I don't forget, he's going to use his ability, pick D3 units, pick one unit, picks Scare's Eye, heal, and then he also gets +3 to this control. I think that's your
Kairos is going to cast. You're going to spend a command point.
All right.
We are going to auto 9. His innate spell. For strikes first on that.
anything within 12 of that?
So he's casting through the
Yeah,
shard.
he's casting that, so
It's
how
a-
does this work?
All right.
Okay.
So Isaiah's
If this unit
hero
charges,
phase here.
everything that
Sam's now
remains
getting a chance
combat
to
gets strike first.
do his shenanigans. I think he's going to do some casting.
Yeah, that's why
This-
I'm trying to make sure what's
He's
going
able to
on.
use that
This is
pylon
his
to project
multi-battle
from.
round, auto 9,
Yeah.
and then this is the spell and cast.
All right, thanks.
So on a 10, you can unbind it.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay. So no charge plus 1 damage, and I have strike first with the charge.
Okay, I think it strikes
No,
first.
he's saying I did. Then we strike
It'd be
normal.
straight.
Well,
Yeah, it would be.
yeah,
My
'cause-
turn.
well, I think it would be like, no, it's because
No, if they strikes first, I get to go, and then you would go.
yeah,
We're on the.
but it would
Now,
mean
if there
like,
are multiple guys over here, then I'd be in trouble.
yeah, which there are. So that's
Oh, no,
what I
if I had multiple.
yeah.
Because then it'd be like, my guys go, both of yours guys go, then my two. Okay. All right, is that it for your phase?
Wholly within 6 of the unit, outside of 3. And you can't choose the same unit that was chosen to do that ability until the next turn.
It's good enough for government work, so.
That's all that is. He can't be chosen to swap.
All right. Dice camera fixed. We just got our 2-hour call from the TO.
We're back, folks. Fix the dice tray. Had to engage the old and tried true method. Unplug it and plug it back in.
For the record, some of us never left.
That's true. Tyler's been here supporting you all. Put the team on his back.
Just fighting the good fight. One team, one dream.
We got. Looks like I didn't miss too much. He's going straight into movement phase on Isaiah's side. Getting that
Looks like
cog
we got
fort
a-
up.
We got another spawn down.
Ooh. Was that the
so,
intervention?
So yeah, and when Sam got his opportunity to go during that hero phase, went ahead and got that second chaos spawn out. Did the old swoop and swap.
Nice, nice.
From what I understand, that's a pretty standard combo in Tzeentch now. You take 2 chaos spawn.
Absolutely.
I believe, if I heard correctly on the list review, Travis said that if you had 1, you're doing it wrong. So.
That's very true.
It's all right. I have 7 of them, so my Tzeentch army is ready to go.
Prepared. Never leave home without the 7 chaos spawn.
16 wounds, 5 of 11.
Just debating some movements, seeing where the threat range for Kairos is. I'm not sure Karazai can get where he wants to this turn, but he might be able to get into a good spot for the next battle round, potentially get his Praetors next to him, because he can zip up. I know the main problem with that combo is that the Praetors usually fall behind once he is zipping around the table, but If you get him into the right space, you can drop him in behind him, get that ward engaged. It becomes a super durable piece, that 20 wounds on that 5-up ward. Just shuffling him forward, it looks like. Threatening those spawn.
Baby steps.
Right. Got to start somewhere. It looks like he is, in fact, dropping the spawn down. Yeah. Thank you. Getting the Vigilers out as well.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, the Vigilers, after they shoot something, they get to add a +1 to hit for the rest of the turn for all your other friendly units, essentially. So once they target something, that one enemy unit is essentially, you have all-out attack against it for everybody else.
I think the use of the spawn, especially the location of it, Sam's really is kind of forcing Isaiah's hand.
Right.
Because right now, unless he dropped those Vigilers and try to use some of that range power projection to get them off the board, Karazai is somewhat limited on where he can go, unless he wants to fly over the top of them.
Right.
And try to head left. Otherwise, he's got to go straight into the spawn if he wants to go center or right of center.
Absolutely. Yeah, Sam was really good with his second placement of his spawn because now that the Gravetide is out, Karazai can't really go left realistically and have a good target.
He'd have to run and then be stuck.
Yeah, no charging after that. So to force Isaiah to actually get a fight this turn, he'd have to charge the 2 Chaos spawn. If he rolls really well, I'm not even sure if he rolls boxcars, he could fly over the Chaos spawn at this point because of the placement of the second one.
Yeah.
He's kind of spaced out all of these. He's got his shard on the right, the 2 Chaos spawn, and then his Tzeentch sigil finishing off that kind of triangle he's made.
Well, if you're going to play Tzeentch, you better have your spacing down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day. All right, we saw some more Storm Boys dropping out of the sky here.
Yep. Yeah, he just decided to put the Vigilers on the left side here. He's got the Storm Coven right behind him. I know they've got some pretty potent magic, or I think they do some mortal wounds or something. Now it looks like the Vigilers will be targeting Kairos here. So the combo here will be target Kairos, get the +1 to hit, then shoot him with the Cog Fort, of course. Now Kairos does have that 5-up war. He's got 16 health, so I'm not sure he's got enough firepower to get rid of him. Karazai not being in range with his 12-inch breath weapon. It looks like the Vigilers do, in fact, have to get at least 1 point of damage through on Kairos to even get the +1 to hit buff off. Looks like he's going for a redeploy on Kairos.
Just tiptoeing back.
Going 4 inches. Oh, that was on the Curseling, I think.
Oh.
So it's just holding within an inch, right?
Curseling, I believe, unless his War Scrolls change significantly, I think he's like the one hero in the entire army that has a 3-up save.
I think so. I think that's true.
Because he's got the heavy plate armor.
Right.
Not even just hero, the only unit in the entire army that has better than 4-up.
Right, yeah, I can't even think. I don't think Tzeentch has access to that outside of taking something else out of their book.
A regiment, maybe.
Right.
You might be able to get some sturdier dudes.
Yeah, you can get some Chaos Warriors, Chaos Knights.
Tzeentch is living in that 5-6 up.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he took that redeploy with the Curseling back into the Obscuring. Popping a shard off, moving it back. Pretty wise. We don't want them getting broken too early. Karazai would definitely just chomp one down. He probably has enough attacks to eat both the spawn, possibly the shard at the same time even.
Yep. goodness.
Oh, that would have gone off. It doesn't matter. It's every hero phase, but there's nothing that it would have affected. So, you're not close enough. It would have been in the hero phase, so you definitely would have been close enough. Gotcha. Go for it. Yep.
Going on to shooting here.
Big gun, so it's just the big gun.
He's going to open it up with the Cogfort straight into Kairos here.
Hey, no point in dancing around.
All right.
Bust out the big guns now.
I really thought the Vigilers would go first just to try to get that point of damage on, but they might just have a different target entirely here. Maybe to support Karazai's charge.
Yeah. Two at Ren 2.
5's good as 6's. Take them both.
Looks like I think he spent a CP for all-out defense here, and he spent one for redeploy earlier. So he's down to 2, I think. Excellent. Looks like
Alright,
Kairos took
6
6
on-
damage there. Yeah, 10 left, which is pretty good.
There's 10 left.
God, that cog for it.
Looks like the Vigilers are shooting Kairos now. They just wanted to be sure. I think he was strategically, he went for the Cogfort first, burn that all-out
Burn that all-out
defense.
defense.
Now the rend on the Vigilers will matter. Only 4 red 1. Pretty substantial, though. Kairos is taking a beating here. Saves 1, then he gets the ward.
5 up ward.
Takes all 3. Looks like he's up to 9 wounds by my account. It's like a skew attack.
Couple pot shots into the sigil.
Mine are all different, which is sometimes kind of annoying.
I believe it's 6 up.
Most of them are.
That one is
Oh, it is a 4 up.
Wow. It's a tough sigil.
6.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Rolling the max damage on that.
Ward save.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's the name of the game, kids. Just roll 6s. Just roll 6s. Certainly makes it quite a bit easier.
Do those get cover? No. There's no movement. Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on.
That's a great question. So that doesn't have a movement characteristic. So it's one where it doesn't
Got a quick question here about coverage or cover and how it works in regards to non-predatory endless spells. Getting that cleared up right now.
that makes sense to me. I'm just making sure.
All right, Sean, what was the ruling?
Just had a quick rules question. So they drew line of sight to the sigil. He was wondering if it counts for, it gets cover basically, because it is partially obscured for that rule. So I believe it does. It doesn't. This is one of the endless spells without the fly keyword, which was really key here. So he ends up blowing it up anyway through that cover anyways. Not too big of a difference, but it would matter later on. It's good to know for future reference. Looks like the Dracothian Guard doing their flame breath into the Zangors.
And here,
2 for 2.
top to guy.
Only getting 2 damage through at the end, but it is something. A whole Zangor down is quite a few attacks even. Going through the charge phase now. No cover fire from the Tzeentch player. Starting out with a Dracothian Guard. Rolling a big 10. Or rolling a 9. I believe they get a +1, possibly.
3 attacks apiece, with 1 damage.
9 on the dice, though. Looks like he is going really aggressive, going hard on those. I guess he could still choose not to charge if he really wants to. Sam's just going over the rules for them all, telling him what's going on with the Zangors. It just keeps sliding. Because the table runner, yeah.
It's taped to,
Right.
it's easier to move that fucking thing than it is to move
Yeah, absolutely.
that one.
Yeah, that camera's kind of a nightmare to move. Sorry, folks. The dice camera is just it's getting us here and there. Isaiah here just debating the Dracothian Guard charge still.
I think once he found out that they were base 5-ups, he's like, well, maybe we can dance a little bit.
Right.
He's going to try to keep those pinks out.
Yeah, that's a very wise move. There's no reason to engage them right now, especially if you just want to fight the Zangors. And I'm not sure he's going to have much support until next battle round even.
Because the Desolators, they get a bonus on the charge, right?
I think so. I haven't seen Desolators in a while, but I think they used to get extra attacks based on models in your opponent's unit.
I could see him blowing this unit of Zangors up. I mean, they put out a lot of damage. But those pinks get in there. They could hold him down for several turns and just leave him.
Right. Yeah, so if they do have a charge bonus, the pinks tying them up would be pretty bad because you'd be left out without that charge bonus. Yes, the mounts do a bunch of damage. They do multi-damage. All right, so here we've got the Desolators pulled up. They're pretty sturdy profile. The Thunder Axe is 3 attacks base, though, with anti-infantry Rend 1. It's flat 2 damage, 3 threes. Their shtick is they get +1 damage on the axes if the target unit they're swinging against has 10 or more models. So there'll be 3 damage to swing.
Oh.
So we're looking at, what's this, 3 attacks a model, +1, probably +1 for champion, I'd imagine. No champion here.
Now, there are still 38 wounds in that block.
Right.
But the swing back from the Zangors, if it exists at all, will be hurting pretty bad.
Right. Yeah, we're looking at 12 attacks at 3 damage a pop, and then following that, 12 attacks at 2 damage a pop from the mounts. So it's the damage is there, but of course you got to roll through the gates first. We've got some charges up the center. We got Gravetide and Karazai coming in here. Basically, we need to clean up what's in the center before you can proceed. Looks like he's holding out on the Gravetide, figuring Karazai can probably take care of what's in front of him.
Looks like we failed the rampage there for Karazai.
Yeah.
My guess is he thought he could rampage, kill the one spawn, pile in, kill the other spawn.
Well, his rampage is the horde clearing rampage, so it's only going to do 1 mortal wound against him.
That's right.
But he's going in with the Desolators here, popping the all-out attack, dropping down. I think he might be out of CP here. What's he got? He had spent 1 earlier. Can't remember if he spent any more. Could be down to 2 CP here. That's VPs. Oh, go ahead and score. Where'd it go? Oh, this should be a. Oh, this one should be attuned,
Yeah.
not scouting. Yeah, there you
We'll try it.
One
We'll
more.
defend.
go. Perfect. Thank you. Just getting the score up to date. CP's here. Oh, it looks like Sam spent an all-out defense, and he did indeed spend a defense earlier, so Sam is indeed out of CP now.
The rest of those hits, that's going to be 7 red 2. Yeah, for the 10 claws, base 4s and 2s, attack the road 3s.
Sixes.
Fishing for sixes.
Spike 2.
That's huge, actually.
Right, yeah, that's one Zangor save per dice there, essentially, on these attacks. These are the mounts attacks. Now, these are the riders, so these will be that multi-damage. 2s to hit here because of the all-out attack. These are 8 at Ren 2, 3 damage each. Do you see it? Okay. Oh, I see. It's in the middle. We'll get it at the end. Got a dice down, dice overboard. Just rolling out saves here. He's pulling models now. Perfect. Yeah, we'll get. And just like that, there's only 4 or 5 Zangors left, it looks like. So those Desolators knew what they were doing. Well, he really came in at a right time. So the sigil was on the other side of the table even. He was able to isolate these Zangors with no debuffs on them, no buffs whatsoever, no Shield of Fate even. So they just kind of crumble without their debuffs. Especially when hit with such a powerful hammer like the Desolators. And this was at strike first step, so it looks like the Zangors are coming in with a strike first as well. So it looks like it's effective Ren 2 because of the all-out attack. So basically it goes up from Ren 1 to Ren 2, putting these guys at a 5-up save, doing a few points of damage on them.
One of them's half dead.
Right.
It's not nothing.
It's good, yeah. Especially the Dracothian Guard, you can't really bring them back with a rally. It's pretty far-fetched.
You got to really be fishing.
Right. Looks like Karazai smashed that one spawn pretty easily.
Did Sam even make him roll for it?
He did. He only rolled one profile, yeah. He rolled the top profile. And it looks like Isaiah has enough control. He's got 8 control, which appears to me to be more than the Zangors have. So he's got that 1-2 more. Plus, he's got the first part of Wrathful Cycles, and he did not get Master of the Paths yet. But he's rocking in with a 15-point turn here. Sam just keeping track of his Fable points or whatever they're called, Fate points possibly. I forget what's going on.
What they're not is Destiny dice, so
Right.
who cares?
Tragic.
Yeah, I miss being able to cheat legally.
They were the only army to legally cheat all the time.
At least 9 times a game.
Right. There's a priority roll here. Looks like Isaiah won that roll-off, so he's debating the double turn here. Now we got to remember the twist. If he doubles, he will make Sam the underdog. So he could lock down that cog fort that's on the objective potentially in the bottom right corner, or he could lock down the Dracothian guard at the same time.
Yeah.
So he's got two good choices for a Grasping Thorns play here. We'll just see how bold Isaiah feels, because again, it is a 3-up roll, so not guaranteed, but it certainly is pretty likely.
I also know if he takes a double turn now and is able to get anything, really Karazai can get to Kairos probably by this point.
I think so. So that's what I was thinking, because he could shoot out the spawn or magic out the spawn somehow.
This game would be pretty short-lived, I think, at that point. That's hardest part about playing Tzeentch. Every army spacing is important, but Tzeentch is one of the armies where if your spacing is wrong, you don't just get punished, you get absolutely ravaged for it.
Right. Yeah, everything is like wearing a paper shirt, essentially, so they don't really hold up to a hit without their debuffs in place.
It's a good army, but the skill floor required to play it is extremely high.
Right. Sam does have the shards, and he does have the 20 blues and slash brims up still, so he could potentially screen out whatever's going to happen with those, but he might have to burn them entirely if he decides to double. So it could be a well use of resources, or he just has to burn them early.
I lost the priority. You taking it?
Looks like Isaiah's confirmed taking that double turn, making Sam the underdog, giving him 5 CP in the round. That's probably what I would do if I was in Isaiah's shoes. I mean, it's pretty tempting not to take the double. So now Sam gets to decide if he wants to use Grasping Thorns on one of the objectives. He's choosing the one the Cog Force standing on, of course.
Yeah, I can't blame Isaiah in this situation.
Right.
He has a real opportunity to just put this game completely out of reach.
Right.
There's nuance to it. It won't necessarily be the easiest thing, but it's not.
He can at least.
It's not impossible either.
Right. He can at least get a pretty authoritative points gap and put Sam on the back foot, force him to score more, like scrounge up points.
The Zangors were already going to be one of the big actual hammer units, and now that it virtually doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Now the Enlighten up in the air.
That is good. I forgot about the Enlighten up in the air.
They can slap.
All right. The Enlighten in the air might be what saves him after. If Kairos is still up, ideally.
Yeah.
But
yeah, those Enlighten can do enough damage that you could be losing your cog for it real quick. Got a ton of movement.
Right. Looks like he made the 3-up roll for the cog for it to get stuck. Just out of the tray. Going for casting here on Isaiah's side. Or that was the that was the banish roll. Looks like he unbound he was trying to throw out Soul Snare Shackles. Looks like Sam was able to unbind that.
I miss the old Shackles where you could put them just perfectly around a Stonehorn.
Right. Can't move out of it. Sorry, guy.
Like, yeah. Oh, and you have nobody that's able to banish these? Oh, I guess he sits there the rest of the game.
Locked down. Chained up forever.
That's when they were real Shackles.
Right.
Back in my day.
Back in my. Looks like the Cog4 is just popping off that +10 control ability for this round. Since it's not going to be leaving the objective, it might as well be 20 control on the objective. It's like just Isaiah's just debating how he wants to finish this hero phase here. Just using the Vexler's ability there, giving plus control to, I think, 3 different units. Passing it to Sam's bottom of hero phase. He's going to spend a CP to rally, going down to 4 CP.
Oh, nice little rally there.
Nice. Got it.
Kairos getting, was it 3 back, I believe?
Yeah, I believe so.
After that first round of shooting, I think that's probably fair to try to recover a little bit. I have a weird feeling he's going to try to save at least 1 command point for the bottom of the round to do it again.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we're probably not going to have a Kairos.
Yeah, I just think if Karazai is able to just touch him for 1 combat phase, I think stuff for it. Yeah.
I mean,
easier said than done, though.
he's got a ward. He's one of the more durable units in Tzeentch with a 6-up ward and a 4-up armor save.
Right.
It just doesn't go very far in the current meta.
Oh, he's got the 5-up ward now. He's a 5-up, 5-up these days.
I'd love to tell you that was good.
It's okay. It's just all right.
There's so much power projection in this meta.
Right. Basically keeps you safe from some shooting and like chip damage.
From bad shooting.
From bad shooting, yeah.
The good shooting that's out there
like
still.
We
just saw it.
The Cog4, the Cog4, we just saw what happens.
Isaiah was almost able to cut Kairos in half.
Right.
Top of 1. We're not even talking about a Lumineth army trying to shoot or cast spells and projection, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
There's plenty of stuff.
Yeah. Looks like Cairo's spending an ability here to do an unmodified 9 for his shards. Just pooping out these blues and brims, essentially getting a nice free speed bump out. So I think the idea here is to put them in front of Kairos, really shield him up, and then if needed, redeploy Kairos back, just to ensure that he is not getting touched.
Safety first.
Just making sure we're outside of 9 of everyone here. Looks good. What'd you do? Oh, shit.
Was that the one
Sorry
I
about that, folks.
recall?
That was a timber roll from a Gargan player.
Oh. That checks out.
Looks like Sam here is just debating what he wants to do at the end of Isaiah's hero phase. He's still debating if he wants a magical intervention or not. Oh. Cogfort just using all the movement it can. And, it says you can't leave the objective. It doesn't say you can't walk until you're 1 millimeter on the objective.
That is correct. Yeah. Outside of 12, so, and it's Tzeentch unit, so it's good fun. I'll take the double. It would have been open.
Isaiah just doing a bunch of movements here, making sure his measures are correct. I believe this turn will be very crucial for charges. He needs them to go right, or else his double won't really be as powerful as he needs to be.
Yeah, Karazai getting tar-pitted by blues is probably not ideal.
It's not great, but he does have the damage output to probably lift the whole unit. Maybe
True.
not in one combat, but two for sure. But yeah, it does mean he's not fighting something more important than the blues, of course. Possibly buys enough time for a hammer to reach Karazai to slap him.
Yeah. Well, Tzeentch's only got one hammer left.
That's right.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
The Enlightened would be hard-pressed to really put a hurting on Karazai.
Especially with his Praetor supporting him. He's got 20 wounds with a 5 of ward, essentially, so he's extremely hard to shift now.
The Zangor block with its volume of attacks buffed up, I think was his best chance of really being able to handle Karazai. So
Probably.
now I think it's try to avoid at all costs.
Doing some run rolls here. Going to the end of movement for Sam's, debating some redeploys. Possibly some Shard shenanigans, of course. This would be the time. Here they come, back in the corner behind the Cogfort. Now the Cogfort did pop that +10 control score, so it is sitting on a pretty 20 control. So it won't be easy to steal that objective, but having a presence at least draws some attention back.
I still think the fort is the perfect target for the Enlightened.
Probably. I think they can, they'll trade a lot better into it than they would into Karazai, and then everything else on the table is just kind of a waste of their resources, I feel. Oh, maybe the Desolators, of course. The Desolators would probably get hurt by them for sure.
Oh, absolutely, but ideally, the pinks getting in there, taking away any bonuses for the charge.
Right.
You
Just
got
holding them.
You got at least 2 to 3 combat rounds that they're going to be stuck sitting there.
Right. Looks like Kairos taking that redeploy, rolling about a 2 or a 3 there. Not too bad, but just enough to probably stay clear of everything for another turn. We'll see how the shooting goes. This is where it really starts to kick off. I want to see how Isaiah opens up everything. So is he going to go to try to free the Desolators, or is he just going to try to shoot Kairos down again? He's going ahead and spending a CP on Isaiah's side for an all-out attack, going down to 3 CP. Sam debating his all-out defense. He's passing on the all-out defense, saving that CP. Sam's at 3 CP, while Isaiah's also equaled him at 3 CP now.
I do love uniformity.
Right. Looks like the Cogfort just pulled out the rest of those Angors. Ideally freeing up those Desolators for a clean charge onto the pinks. Potentially the shard as well. If you're breaking that, one of the shards is pretty good. Just a random pot shot from somebody into a pink horrors.
They don't turn into blues. They can heal a blue unit. Heal a blue. Not turn into.
Alright, that's shooting there. Karazai's got no valid.
You're within 12 of them. You can, so he is within 12. Oh, so outside of 12. That's why I redeployed him outside of 12. He is invisible. They are visible. This is visible. Yeah. This can't shoot that is outside of 12.
I thought it was just, okay, I thought it was slowly.
No. Outside of 12.
Knowing that, yeah, so, how many moves does he got left?
I got that.
Looks like they're just debating a couple rules here. So the key with the Kairos deploying backwards is that he's now outside of 12 of things, which means he's I think there's something making him obscured on the Tzeentch side. Another more shooting, just cleaning up that spawn, giving Karazai that clean path up the center for a charge here.
Yeah. He should be able to easily get into those blues.
Right.
Maybe even with the pile-in, have just enough range to reach Kairos.
Yeah, if he
that
rolls,
happens, it's done deal.
if he rolls well enough on his charge roll, he should be able to get there. Looks like Isaiah's just debating where to allocate all of his attacks here. I think he's debating the Vigilers. Here come the attacks. I believe these are 3s. Red 1 damage. These were either in, I think these were in the, the unit of blues out front here. Apologies, those were into the pinks. Sam debating a covering fire here. End of shooting phase. I think Sam is evading the covering fire from the blues into Karazai is what I see here. I don't think there's anything else worth it.
Yeah.
You think the Desolators will just end up charging into those pinks and trying to take one of the towers down?
I think so. I think the Desolators could easily isolate the pinks this turn, and then I don't know if they'll have enough attacks to do both at once, but I'm not sure how the shards work if they're in combat. Can they be pulled out of combat? Or
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be more important to take the shards out.
Leave the pinks, right?
If they do rules on pinks, he could chomp them up just fine.
Absolutely. They're only like 2 wounds a model. They got 10 control, 11 control with a banner, but it does out-control the Desolators straight up, but you just start lifting half the unit, and then it doesn't really matter as much. Looks like he did spend that CP to go ahead and do the covering fire from the blues, bringing them down to 2 CP. Oh. Looks like that was all into Karazai off his 3-up save. Sorry, those are into the Vigilers. Taking 1 wound from all of that. Not sure that was worth it, but it was cool. Going into the charge phase now for Isaiah. This is where it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, it's going to get real spicy real quick.
Opening out the gate with Karazai here. Rolling only a 5 here. Unfortunately, I think that's a fail charge. He's going to be forced to CP that. Definitely dropping a CP for that, going down to 2 for both players. Very important charge. I think he needs to. Uh-oh. Rolls it into a Snake Eyes. Fail charge on Karazai.
Oh,
that is rough because that is what he needed to go up that center.
Yeah.
The Desolators roll a 7. A lot of.
Especially on a double turn.
Oh yeah.
You have to make that count. So that is rough.
Yeah, he went from deleting probably 2 units to only deleting 1 unit this turn. And he's only going to be able to score. He will be scoring 1, 2, and more for battle points, but he gave up scoring a tactic this turn just so he could do a bunch of damage. But I'm not sure it's enough right now.
I think Sam is still in a tough spot, but that's a huge win.
I think Sam could easily play the objectives here because if you look at Isaiah's bottom left objective, it does have a Gravetide on it, and it's got the 3 Storm Coven. Not a lot of control, not a lot of wounds, and not too much damage to deal with, so he could probably overwhelm that point if he had the chance.
Oh, absolutely.
Or alternatively, he could start working on that cog forward, lock it up in combat, prevent it from shooting anything else, and then just eventually poke it down with the Enlighten.
He's at least got options now, because he could have very well been crippled beyond recovery.
Right. Coming in with the Dracothian Guard here, I don't think they spent the CP for all-out attack. So these are the mounts attacks, getting 4 damage through.
Ooh, 2 saves, that's big.
Here come the Rider's Axes on 3s and 3s now. And these are still anti-infantry, so these will be run to cutting straight through the armor. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think the pinks have much armor to speak of to begin with. So,
no, no. I think they're on a 5-up.
think we got about 15 to 18 damage there from the riders. Going in for wards on the pinks now. 15, yep. So 14 damage there. So the mounts killed at least one model. 7 models gone there. Probably 2 pinks left, all said and done.
And they're not the most killy unit out there anyway.
2 attacks on 4s, no rend, 1 damage is it's just very average.
They're good at other things though.
Right.
Hypothetically.
All right, here come the Mortals bike. 2 Mortals bounce back onto the Desolators, actually killing a whole model. Pretty good. So I think the Dracothian Guard have 6 control total on that point, so they'll still leverage control over it. Ooh, looks like he's dropping a CP, going down to 1 CP on Isaiah's side, 2 CP on Sam's side. Using that power through.
Take him to pop a guy. Do they get the explosion before you leave?
Say there, the damage finishes after they move. They're out of combat by the time it resolves. So, yeah, because
They're trying to figure out if the power through pops or triggers the pink horde's ability to do splash damage back, or if it's only in the combat range.
When they die, creature in combat.
I don't know. Because they were in combat.
Yeah, I think it depends on the
So-
timing of power through, when the D3 damage is allocated,
Yeah.
and when the model is slain specifically. It looks like they sorted it out, possibly double checking. I probably would.
Yeah.
All right.
If I were Sam, I would try to make sure I got advantage of every mortal that I could.
Right, yeah. Looks like they's just ending turn. They sorted that out. Looks like Isaiah will be scoring 1-2 more for 10 points cleanly here. No tactics, of course. He pulled a double turn. 25-13 in favor of Isaiah. All right, Sam is immediately dropping down to 1 CP, getting a rally off on Kairos. Very wise. Need to keep him healthy. I think he only healed 2 wounds there, unfortunately, but every wound counts for him. Going straight to casting here.
14.
Getting that signature 14 with the +1 to cast from both his own War Scroll and the Endless Spell sitting right next to him. The Tzeentch book with the eyeballs. I forget what it's called. The Tome of Eyes.
Tome of Many Eyes.
Many ah, yes.
With bolt of Tzeentch for Kairos.
Coming out with a Bolt of Tzeentch here. Only rolling double 3s, so it is a hard 8. Isaiah finally having a chance to unbind something here.
It was really nice of Sam to do that.
Right. Oh,
It didn't matter.
unfortunately.
There's nothing like when a terrible roll is just a casual 8.
Right. Yeah. That's his lesser of rolls. I think that there was a debuff on the Dracothian Guard.
You're going to attack. He's got 5 each. We're going to go for it. We're going to go for Transform to Spawn on them.
Ooh, transform to spawn on the Dracothian Guard.
Well,
They do have the floater out right now. They have 3 wounds on them currently. Oh, rolls 3 mortals, possibly getting a spawn
wow.
on the Dracothian Guard.
Yes,
yeah.
he did.
Wow.
Holy
That was very
crap.
clutch. That's insanely
That's-
clutch for Sam here.
That is big.
this model was set up this turn. It will give weird flame
And now that the model, that Chaos Spawn was set up this turn, is giving Weird Flame against whatever his combat is, I assume. Or he has to be chosen for, yeah. That's correct. And now he's just being strategic for the covering fire here, I think.
Outside of 12, so you can only shoot me with your cannon.
I believe we just got the hour left call.
That's correct. Sam being very strategic here with the placement. He's putting him outside of 12. He's got the Weird Flame haze, so he's not visible outside of 12, or he can't be something like that. So only the longer range. Basically limiting the effect of the cog fort.
Oh, I didn't realize Sam's spawn or Bulgor.
Right. Yeah,
That's
they're
awesome.
a nicely converted Bulgor here, yeah.
An 8.
Hey, I get it. I turned all mine into the cows for my slaves army.
Right. Yeah, the Theridans.
Theridans, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, cows are cows, right?
Right.
Yeah. You'd have to charge me. Okay. Pirates is done. Personally, gonna go through here. Cast armor.
Oh, it looks like Karsling is casting through the shards.
Yep.
9 plus 2, 11.
Gets that 11.
All right.
It's a casual 11.
Yeah, I think that's -1 to reducing armor saves by 1 on that one.
Bolt of Tzeentch.
Might be going for a play to lift the rest of the Desolators this turn.
Goes off.
Doing Bolt of
14.
Tzeentch with the second cast. This is the Karsling,
10.
so just a
Okay,
plus
10.
2. Yeah,
And for max mortals.
right. Yeah, that's insane.
Ugh. This almost makes me miss playing my Tzeentch army.
To get it, I have to kill a model. So that's why I was like, okay, with only 2 wounds left, I had the opportunity with no board to kill them. So yeah, they are locked now.
I'm really curious to see where Sam drops that reinforced block of Enlighten out of the shards, because he's got a few options now that Karazai is had failed charge rather in the center of the table. It
And
really gives Kairos and those blues room to breathe, room to reposition.
Oh, it takes a ton of pressure.
Yeah,
off.
it's insane. Oh, it looks like the Enlightener are coming out here in the front on his side. Maybe just being the piece to lift up, just taking that 1 pink back into the shard. He's safe.
Right. Smoke and mirror. Alright.
Yeah, Sam's at a point where he couldn't have kept him off board too much longer.
Right.
You got to make hay while the sun's shining.
Yeah, so that-
he's running out of time.
See where they need to be. Just set up.
Kairos doing the thing where he flies away from the biggest threat on the table.
It's gonna run.
Oh,
For what?
the Book of Eyes following him around. Making a run roll. I didn't know he could do that.
Comment.
I did not know it moved either.
Wow. Yeah.
I thought it stayed stationary. They may have changed that with their new battle tome.
Pink's moving up. Honestly, those 3 remaining Vigilers are quite a decent target for Pinks. Between the shooting of the Pinks and Blues, they might be able to just dice them down, charge them out. There won't be much left after that. And then it'll really give Karazai a head scratcher of a choice of where to go after this.
And honestly, the shooting that's about to come out from the pinks and blues is not awful.
Right.
Like, that's pretty generic stats of like 4s and 4s, no rend, 1 damage. But if I remember right, the blues are still 2 shots of pinks.
Right, yeah, this is 40 shots coming in from the Blues, at least 20 shots coming in from the Pinks. So It's so many shots.
It's a lot. I've done a lot of work with blues and shooting before. And unfortunately, this stream doesn't do it justice, but both of these armies are beautifully painted.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ardent Shars has a beautiful, like, color shifting effect depending on where you're looking.
Yeah.
All right, shooting. I'm gonna start off with them.
I'm pretty impressed with the cog for it here.
Right.
It looks like that should be on the side of the box.
Right.
Like, it's perfect.
Great auto wounds. They hit more of yours. 4 and 2 is 6.
I believe our pinks just got 6 shots off.
Right. Yep. 3 ups for the Stormcast.
Ooh.
Wow. Unfortunate save roll there on 3 ups.
Oh, here we go. Now it looks like we got some blues coming. Start counting them up.
Pops 2 of the Vigilers out.
Yep.
Yep. Right. He's a bit. I think he's seeing how many he could get into Karazai there.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, he's doing it all 40 shots into Karazai. Doing what damage he can when he can.
There's just no reason not to.
Right. Yeah, it's either that or pick out that one last Vigiler with all those shots. So.
And for what's that Vigiler actually going to do?
Right. Looks like Isaiah's holding off on his CP, so
Honestly,
saving it for a crucial one. Maybe a redeploy.
he could probably charge that Vigiler with the pinks, clean it up, and then still have enough of a meat shield in front of
Absolutely.
Kairos and at least buy him a little
Yeah.
bit more space.
Yeah, you'd have higher board control for sure.
It at least gives him Sam an opportunity to start pressing towards the other side of the
Right.
table. Maybe look at getting back into the 10-point for just objective talk.
Right.
One more. From the 10 on the first and 3 on the second.
Looks like he did 13 wounds total into Karazai. Karazai
Oh,
coming
yeah.
in for 3 up saves. Followed by his ward with the Praetors.
Ooh.
Look like a
few through.
That's quite a few fails, yeah. What's that, 6 failed? 5 up wards. Oh, dice overboard. Looks like he's taking 4 damage.
Hey, man. 4 out of 20 with a unit of blues,
Yeah, that was just 1 unit of blues.
reinforced or not. I'd take it. Yeah, 240-point unit of blues, doing 4 damage on
Yeah.
Karazai. I can think a lot of 240-point units that wouldn't do any damage to Karazai.
Absolutely. Looks like he's holding on to that CP again. Doesn't want to use covering fire. Wouldn't really be worth it. He's got some bad options for covering fire. I think he's only able to shoot a spawn. Oh. Did he get it? I think he got it. It's always a different mini game, just tracking down all the dice you drop off the table.
Well, and I don't know any Sigmar player that doesn't love their dice as much as they do their models.
Right.
So they're not going to let one go.
Can't leave it behind.
The only thing. What do you think of that? Okay. I'm gonna choose extra range.
Looks like the Zangor line got into those Desolators pretty easily.
Either print 2 days. Or extra range.
They're going to take the crit 2 hits buff from their charge.
And you're -1.
So it looked like Isaiah spending his last CP on the defense here against those Zangors. I believe Sam is down to 1, down as 1 as well.
And I think that's completely fair. I think if I were Sam, I'd probably go ahead and even take the all-out attack just to ensure.
Right.
Because if this goes right, there's not a swing back.
Right.
So they're 5 wounds apiece, right?
5 wounds apiece. He's got.
So he's got.
There's one on the table already. So only 9 wounds in the pool. No ward, just a 3-up save, and he's already reduced his armor by 1. So and they come in at Ren 1 or 2 already. So.
I think Ren 1.
One mortal? And how many pieces? 3.
Yeah, they're 3 a pop. That was a lot of damage.
Well, yeah, there you go. They slap.
Yeah, that was about.
Especially you thought with the debuffs and everything else, like
That was. I think they got 15 damage through on there,
Yeah.
so that was enough to kill 3 Dracoths total. Looks like.
Now, do we
Looks
know
like he scored 1, scored 2, did not get scouting, but did not get the second part of Attune because there were no retreats pulled up. So it looks like he's scoring 1 and scoring 2, giving him plus 8 points, bringing him to 21. So it looks like we're looking at Isaiah 25, Sam 21. Kairos is using his once per game, something, I think the priority role manipulation here.
I would say now is the time for that.
It's a good time for it.
I have 21 to 25.
Do we know if Isaiah has any units still up in the sky, or is everything down?
I believe everything's down. He just had the Vigilers and the Praetors up in the sky. Both came down on that second turn, or first turn even.
Okay.
Looks like we're moving into the top of round 3.
That is an 8. I just want to unbind this.
Looks like it is Isaiah's turn. I just had to confirm. Isaiah is taking the top of turn here.
Well,
4. So he's got 3 left. 4 up.
I wonder which objective Sam chose to be grasping again.
he doesn't have a lot of great options for that. Realistically, the fort is going to want to shoot those enlightened anyway.
Right. He's pretty much in range of them anyways.
And there's a real good chance he could damn near remove all of them.
Most of them, yeah. I think they're only 3 or 4 wounds each.
4
if
wounds
he's
a pop, if I remember. And I think they're 4 up because they're on
the disc.
On the disc, I think.
Right.
But we saw what the cog for it did to Kairos with the ward. So
a lot of damage, yeah.
There's a reason why it costs 470 points, I guess.
Right.
So currently I can't pick them because they were in the previous turn. So it's anyone but that unit. For the swap, specifically the swap.
They're on the I don't gotta worry about them.
Unless I teleport. Spell. Yes. Do the shards. Do the shards.
Looks like players are just debating. Isaiah's just figuring out what units are locked onto the table this turn coming out of the shards. So the Enlighten coming out of the shards the previous turn cannot be chosen as the swap for the shards again this turn. but they could be chosen as a teleport spell option from Kairos, measuring from the shards for range, of course. So Isaiah's just trying to figure out if he can pin down the Enlighten this turn or if he has to ignore them and go for something else entirely. But I think Isaiah's goal is to get back into that score 1, score 2, score more on your opponent. And then possibly even the second. Oh, he probably won't be able to get Wrathful Cycles until later in the game, or if he decides to dip down to underdog even. But Match of the Past could be achievable if he gets in range of a hero. He almost had it on Kairos, but and it looks like he did the magical intervention to cast the teleport.
So you can't move. You're as far as you're maxed out. They respawn instantly. So you've got, if you move 6, you've got an 18 and 3.
Looks like Sam's just debating where he wants to dump out this one pink horror. Seeing if he wants to pull up a shard even. Looks like we got 45 minutes left in the round here. Sam using great use of that Weird Flame Haze ability. Really controlling where the Cogfort has to shoot now.
You can choose a shard or the cast to bring something down. And it's separate from casting through the shard.
Really smart play by Sam. Swap the Enlighten out.
Right.
Lock the fort down.
Absolutely. Now the fort has to either... It's being stuck on the objective, I believe, again, because Sam was, yet again, the underdog, passing that 3-up roll. And then he's either shooting a Chaos Spawn or he's shooting a single pink horror with that fort, I believe. I think everything else is just out of range. I'm not sure if you could shoot the shards. I mean, those would be probably my next target, but...
Yeah. To go pick my favorite one. I think I can handle
Well, I want you to rank them. That way it's fine.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, no, that's way too much.
That's my water, motherfucker!
Rude.
And we're back. Sorry, we just had our beautiful event organizer come tell us some important information.
Yeah. That pizza's not going to buy itself.
I think Isaiah's just debating a few things here.
He's still got a lot of killy stuff out on the board, but with so few models, it wouldn't be hard for Sam to be able to outmaneuver him pretty easily as well.
Right, especially with the shards, the ability to just swap out your units is really good. It not only gets them the extra movement, but it keeps them safe from the hammers that are on Isaiah's side.
survived.
We're back.
There's just something about seeing one single pink down way in your opponent's corner. It makes my heart so happy.
It's awesome. That's a really good play because he potentially is getting scouting force in the next turn if he's not dealt with promptly.
And I think that's a big win again for Sam. Like, he's causing Isaiah to have to make a lot of choices.
Right. Yeah, Sam's doing a great job at shutting down the ability for, the reverse. Sam's doing a good job shutting down Isaiah from scoring his tactics here because he hasn't even I guess he started the first part of Raffle, but getting that second part of Raffle is really difficult when you have the advantage because you have to dip down into underdog first just to get the first part.
And I don't believe Sam has any intention of giving it back.
Probably not. Keeping that gap close but not too close is really the key here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Karazai coming up through the left side here.
I'd be interested to see if Sam doesn't decide to do a redeploy with Kairos and try to get back just a little bit.
Absolutely.
Because Isaiah's at a point where he could definitely charge and then pile in and end Sam's day.
Absolutely. So what I missed is that he pulled up the blues as well. The blues have been pulled off probably into the shards, of course. Either the teleport spell or the shards did that. There's a couple different things.
They're
going
somewhere.
On. Right.
Just not on the board. So much for that idea.
Isaiah just debating what he wants to do here. There's a little gap in the corner here. I'm not sure what he's going to throw in there.
Really wanting to make sure to
spending a CP. Oh, he's getting those two Dracoth back.
Oh.
Pretty clutch.
That is not convenient.
Right. So now those Dracoths are not only shooting Kairos, but they're threatening him with a charge.
Honestly, those two are a terrifying prospect for Kairos.
Right.
Those two could eat Kairos.
They just eat him up. Yeah.
They just hit so hard. Only having two makes it a little bit more swingy, but still.
Yeah, if they connect, they'll connect because all their attacks are 2 damage flat against Kairos. And it's not like he'll get much of an armor save. Like Ren 1, Ren 2 on the mounts attacks, basically cutting through his armor. Yeah. Now we just have Sam here debating if he wants to redeploy, I believe.
You're going to have to.
Redeploying the Curseling here. I believe he did a magical intervention as well earlier in the turn, but I'm not sure if it was a free one, as stated on Kairos' card. He would have had to get an Unbind off first. Looks like the Curseling's going towards Kairos, possibly holding his hand, maybe making the situation a little better for himself.
Well, everything's better with friends.
Right.
So. I'm still worried for the both of them.
Right, yeah, I mean, Curseling is an infantry model, so he's even more susceptible to the Desolator's attacks. But he has a better armor save overall. Looks like we're just bouncing the shards around here. End of movement phase. Probably swapping corners, it looks like. Oh, going for the center backfield here. Just getting options. That gives you a threat against both corner objectives pretty reliably here. Sam really taking that board control, really just putting his pieces all over the place, trying to be everywhere. Proper Tzeentch gameplay. Looks like the Vigilators also use that Storm Portal to get over here on the right side of the table. Just rethinking the shard placement here.
Okay.
Going back to his own center field, possibly just to support Kairos again.
Look
Going
at the
into shooting here.
sportsmanship.
Right.
Just sharing tape
Sharing the
measures,
tape.
everything else.
Absolutely.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Cogforge shooting that singles chaos spawn directly across from it on that purple objective.
All right. I think that was at the shards.
Oh, was that into shards?
I think so. Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. I once again generalized where they were pointing on the table.
In fairness, it wasn't until he had a save roll. I was like, ah.
Right. Yeah, the chaos spawn probably
Chaos-
wouldn't have a save
No.
roll.
I was like, it's a 6. Unless something drastically has changed with that
Right.
scroll, it's a 6. Yeah. Like a stiff breeze will put up the 6 damage required to take him out.
Right. Looks like he popped the shard. Also upping the fate points on the Tzeentch player's side, of course.
And on these fate points, how do they work out? Are they able to summon a unit?
I forget exactly how they work. I think they're similar to the Corn Bloodbound table, something like that. You spend the points to get some sort of buff in the game. Here's the Desolator shots into Kairos. I don't think they did much. Just some shots from the Storm Coven, I believe. Or Karazai. Probably both even. Just laying into those pinks, thinning them out. That's the wraps up Isaiah's shooting phase. Going in the bottom of shooting, passing it to Isaiah for a potential cover fire. But he did pull the blues off the table, so I'm not sure if he wants to spend it on the pinks or not.
We do have quite a few pinks that just went down.
Going into charges here. Karazai coming out with that low charge roll yet again, a 4-inch. Isaiah coming out here to see if the 4 is enough. Needs a 5. It's over 4.5, it looks like. Last CP going down for the Stormcast player. Let's hope he can roll higher than that. Rolls a 5. Exactly. He did it. I would be so sad if Karazai had 2 charge phases in a row where he didn't do anything.
Sam really lucked out on that one.
Yeah.
'Cause we're talking a 7 or an 8.
Yeah,
He's
that was
piling
it.
He's
Yeah.
piling into Kairos and it's game over.
Right. That's 2 times now where that could have been true, I think. Both times, yeah.
All right. Desolators needed a
They needed
9.
that at 9. Nope. And he didn't have the CP because he needed it on Karazai. And then those Vigilers went for a 9-inch charge as well. Only rolling a 7, unfortunately. Trying to get that Chaos spawn. Praetors going in for a charge on that Chaos spawn in the center. Only rolling a 6, though.
That won't do it. Stormcast units are just so tired.
Right. They just don't have a big charge.
They're like, we've been running around all day and I'm tired. Nope. That's big for Sam. He really is in a position where he can't afford to start losing too much more. So
Right.
every damage he can mitigate, he doesn't have to take the brunt of, is big for him.
Right. Sam, of course, passing on the counter charge opportunity here. Going straight to Rampage for Karazai. You muted me. You're good. All right. Looks like Karazai did 3 mortals. They're bouncing 1 mortal back from the pinks, though. Those pinks surprisingly have that nasty strike first ability because they got charged, I believe. I'm not sure where the source comes from on that one, but it's been happening all game, so.
Must be true then.
Right. All right, probably like 8 or 9 attacks with the champion coming in here. 4s, 4s, no runs. Oh, yeah.
One goes through on the hits.
Right. They need to re-roll there because Karazai gives out -1 attacks to the unit. So
Okay.
he's half as many attacks, essentially. Here comes the re-roll. There we go. It's actually better than, somehow better than his initial roll. 2 and no run. Gets a wound through. Wow, these pinks have done a grand total of 2 wounds on Karazai just standing in his way. Pretty good.
Blue's got in 4. So
Right.
He's
Yeah.
down 6.
Yeah, I think he hit a rally, though.
Oh, did he?
I believe so.
Wise.
What's that? Vexler, sorry.
Okay. Oh, that's right. He passes him.
For those who missed that, that was just a Vexler healing Karazai, of course.
Doesn't matter. 6 up 2 turns.
6 up wards here on the pinks. Managed just to pass 1, which is exactly enough to leave 1 with 1 wound. Karazai's got the second profile, though.
Oh,
Should
no.
probably clean him up.
Kairos' arm just fell off.
That's brutal. Alright, I'm not going to roll it.
He lost the wand.
Who did?
Kairos.
Oh, Kairos drop his wand? Oh, no, a casualty of war.
I think it broke clean. So
Okay,
all right.
good.
All right. I believe Isaiah finished with a finishing out at 33. 8-point round.
8.1, control 1, control 2, no tactics scored here on Isaiah's side. Sam here just debating how he wants to start his hero phase.
Control 8? Does that have to be on your hero phase? Every hero phase?
Sam just trying to figure out what he's going to do for Karazai here. He's rocking in. He's control 8, so even if Karazai just steps foot on the objective, he's going to outweigh Kairos straight up. Coming in with a Bolt of Tzeentch, rolling that 12, getting it with that +2. Max damage on Karazai. No wards allowed. Oh, actually, not that it's no wards allowed. He's out of combat range of those Praetors.
Oh no, this is his chance.
That doesn't change. That was a 2. Goes off on 9. D3 for 2.
Hits him with another 2 damage from some sort of D3 spell.
He may just end up spamming the D3.
Right.
Don't they have
they might have an unlimited.
A free unlimited.
That goes off on 14.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's
looks
exactly
like
what's
that's what we're doing.
what's happening here. Yeah.
If you don't have the ward, you don't have a choice. Like,
Right.
you have to do it. This is his only chance.
Out of range of 12. Trying to get that -1 armor, but he's out of range of the Cursling. Sam just figuring out what spell he needs to cast next.
Okay. All right. Kairos is going to go for Cold Reality.
Gonna go for Unfold Reality here on Kairos. Oh, only rolls a 2 high, so goes off on a 6 total.
Cold Reality needed a 6.
Yeah, exactly enough to get that. See if he gets the
Hey,
clean
got
unbind
it.
though.
That's the same point.
Not a bad time to finally get one too.
Right.
The Tzeentch casting is pretty impressive.
It's-
There's only a handful of armies that can deal with it. The ones
Right.
that can do it well, but
Yeah. It's really up to the Tzeentch player to not roll a 6 every time, because with the +2 to cast, even if you roll a 5 as your high, you're hitting that 12 to
12,
cast
yeah.
every time. So if they hit that 6, it's just not even a chance you're gonna
No.
be able to.
yeah. Just a friendly 14.
Right.
Have any rallies? No, so I think that
Sam debating rallies now. Probably passing it into the bottom of hero phase probably after the shards. Those might be movement phase actually.
I think the shards are movement phase.
Yeah.
he's 5, so that's what I'm saying. If he was within 12, I could do Devolving Aura, which would make you max 1. That's just outside. I didn't get enough. I didn't get him close enough.
It's like Sam's trying to figure out a way to get the Cursling onto the point, trying to rival the control score of Karazai's 8 with the Vexillor bonus here, but Kairos is only 5. The Curseling's probably 2. So he's going to have to get these discs out here to try to mince up Karazai when he has the chance. Just removing Karazai from the equation might be the play.
Yeah.
Passing into the bottom of hero phase for Isaiah. The Vexler's doing his stuff off.
Some healing.
Healed again. Great combo. I like how Karazai has this hype squad behind him. He's got the Praetors plus the Vexler just so he can keep going.
Yeah. By the time you get done, though, with all the buff mutants, you have 40% of your army made
Oh,
up.
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Okay, going into the top of movement here for Sam. Rolling a big 11-inch move for that Chaos Spawn. Going for a run as well, so going for 15-inch move on that spawn. It's insane. I've never seen a spawn so fast.
That is the fastest spawn I've ever seen. You love to see it. That might actually qualify for the Guinness Book of World Records.
Right. Yeah, so Sam's idea was to feed the spawn to the cogfort for the counter shoot, but Isaiah is just out of CP anyway, so he just realized.
Now it's just going to get clubbed by a cog for it.
Possibly, yeah, maybe.
Surely the cog for can do.
Yeah, I think it's got
5 damage.
I think so. It usually can. Usually can.
Movement phase.
Getting that shard back out. But only wholly within 12 of the already existing shard, of course. So kind of limits what the shard can do this turn, but it'll be back online next turn. So really the key with those is to get rid of both shards at once if you really don't want to deal with them anymore. Oh, the Tome of Eyes moving again.
Looks like is around the game hall. A lot of games have finished up. Quite a few more getting close.
Looks like we're approaching about 30 minutes in the round.
Heading into the shooting phase.
Now, what's hard to see on our view here, we've got behind the cog fort, 9 inches away, are the 20 blues that he put down, or Sam put down behind Isaiah's cog fort here.
Oh, it's just under the graphic.
Right. Yeah, we covered it up with our tracker here.
From the first volley, we had 5 total.
All right. So you can see on screen the pink horror down in the right corner. Well, just to the left of him, hugging the edge of the board, are 20 blue horrors behind the cog fort there. They all should be in range to shoot, so 40 shots from them. You can at least make it interesting.
Right. Should get some damage too. It's a 3-up save, but no CP, so he's got to roll 3-ups.
Yeah.
2 damage coming out. Now, for those who don't know, the cog fort is 25 health. So 23 left on that. It's a start. Going into charges here. And line rolling that 7. Let's see. It should be enough to get into Kara's eye, I imagine.
So. And he's still out of. Well, no. He's out of CP. Sorry, answer my own question. Yeah, if he can get in there, this is his shot to kill him off. He won't have that ward.
Yeah. No ward and no CP on Isaiah's part, so not even all-out defense.
So, now I am worried about Kairos.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because those Desolators are still just sitting there.
Right.
And he's got absolutely nothing.
Just for assurance, Kairos.
Kairos going in for the charge.
Honestly,
wow.
I could see if you do that to try to get him away from the Desolators in some aspect, but if these Enlighten whiff,
it's bad.
Karazai's not even going to go after them. He's just going to turn and he's going to destroy Kairos.
Right. And he'll be at max plus attacks from taking the damage. He's only one damage off from being +2 attacks on both profiles.
I've made this mistake with Kairos or a Lord of Change. Seems like a good idea for insurance, but he's not going first.
Right. Yeah, like he's going after everything else because you need the Enlighten to go first.
So instead of just losing one unit, if you whiff, you're giving your opponent a choice to pick which of 2 units.
Right.
But you can only kill one. I mean, I don't want to give them options.
Absolutely. Kairos is rocking in with that -1 to hit, but Karazai is such a good profile that 3's to hit normally, so it's not unlikely for him to spike on just 4's to hit.
Yeah.
All right, here come the Enlightens. 3s and 3s. 3 damage each, of course. He went ahead and spent that CP for all-out attack, of course.
That's a lot of hits.
Yeah. These are, 3 damage each is crazy. Ren 2. Save 2. Looking at 9 damage there, straight up. So brings him to 18.
Oh.
So on death's door, and now we have the discs, right? Yeah, now with the disc attacks. These ones are a little more swingy, being 4s, but all-out attack brings him to 3s. 4 Ren 1, but these are D3 damage. Right.
The disc, for a while,
Yeah, for a while they were
We're
better. They were a little better than the Riders
Yeah.
at sometimes.
There were times, Skyfires specifically, like you'd throw them into combat
Right.
on like chaff or something like that, or follow up,
Yeah, like
and just
They mince
mulch
it.
people
Right.
with just the discs.
absolutely.
It is a very viable strategy,
so
or
good.
was at one point.
Yeah, between that and just having Destiny dice, they could pretty much go through anything.
Oh yeah.
Looks like he made all his saves from the discs while we were looking. I was listening to Don's announcement, but
I didn't see him roll.
I didn't see. It might have missed the tray even. He's
Yeah,
debating.
see, now that this is exactly
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Now they're
no.
yeah, we just have Isaiah debating on where Kairosai's gonna slap right now.
Because he's deleting a unit.
Right.
Don't give him a choice of which one he deletes.
Right.
Just don't. Asking someone else to do you a favor is a tough spot to be in
Right.
here.
So he's throwing the attacks into the Enlighten, it looks like. Which could be wise. Kairos could just whiff, and I guess he could just rely on his armor save there. And then lifting the 6 block of Enlighten is really strong for the game because those things can actually chew through anything on the table for Isaiah. So removing them now.
The mobility, everything.
Uh-huh.
Like, I completely agree.
Oh, but you just got attacked by a rogue dice, folk.
All right. At this point, I think he's trying to hurt us. This is
Right.
this is the third.
That's the third one.
Third one, fourth one.
Yeah.
That came our way. I mean, I thought I was being pretty respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right. Down to one enlightened. And damaged.
Yeah,
heavily.
three wounds on him even. So he's got one wound left, isn't
left.
it? Yeah. Someone's gonna sneeze at him later.
I guess the hope is Kairos finishes this up,
Right.
which
So
should be doable.
on paper, it looks like he could do it. Right. So it's only 2 wounds in the pool. I think Kairos is probably 4s into 2s, assuming he's got that classic monster profile.
There's first attack. Right there he is. 2. Okay.
Not a great start.
Right.
We're going to. No, I've already done that. 3, 2, and 1. All out attack. Did you all? You did. Okay. So Ren 1. 2 and
All right, just 2 at Ren 1 coming in here. 4-up saves. Blocks them
Yeah.
both, no problem. I think Kairos might have a second profile.
All right. 3,
Yeah.
Not great though.
Yeah, the first one was the good profile.
2, and 1.
2 Ren 1, same deal here. 4-ups. Takes 1.
3,
D3 damage though. Uh-oh.
2, baby.
Exactly 2 damage. Takes him out.
Uh,
That was down to the wire there. The last attack and the last damage roll.
for my anxiety, that's exactly. I've learned this from experience. I would not do that.
Right. That was so close. It took 6 Enlightened and Kairos barely
Barely got it.
Barely getting it.
And what would it look like if Kairos didn't finish it.
It'd be so unfortunate. I guess I would go down to the priority roll next, really. But
It is the worst
Karazai-
feel bad ever.
Karazai would get that heal from the Vexillor and be back in action and no problem. So
Yeah, you would have just absolutely walked into a huge
Right.
mess.
I lost cryo.
looks like Isaiah takes priority roll. Let's see what Sam scored last turn. Does he have? He's got 1 and 2 for 8
Yep.
points. Let's see if he scored any tactics. Attuned? No, did not score attuned. Scouting force.
Force.
He's got 1,
He's got
2.
the blues down here, pink here.
Oh. I'm not sure if the Chaos Spawn count for scouting force. Are they infantry or are they beasts?
No,
Mm,
I don't
Right.
believe they are infantry.
so not quiet.
Or they have to start the game on the board.
They have to
don't
start the
they?
game on the board.
So they
Yeah.
automatically don't
Oh, they're
count.
they're disqualified. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Because they are technically infantry.
Okay. So he's only got 2 for that scouting force. So yeah, only scoring 8 points there, bringing him up to 29 to 33 in favor of Isaiah. Still keeping Sam as the underdog, it looks like. And now we're going into top of round 4. Nice. Isaiah just trying to, really Isaiah's goal now is to just get rid of Kairos, get rid of that last Enlighten, and then just lock down points, basically, because the blue horrors are cute, the pink horrors are cute, but ultimately they're not going to be able to outmaneuver or outdamage the Cog Fort and whatever else is remaining. Maybe the Blues could put in some heavy lifting on those little squads of Stormcast, but other than that, I'm not sure they're going to be doing much of that Cog Fort.
I'm very concerned, especially with Isaiah going right now. I don't think you're gonna have a Kairos or Enlightened by the
Probably
end of the
not,
turn.
yeah. Both players have done a really good job at positioning, but I think Isaiah has kind of planned for the round 5 kind of
Yeah.
goal, right? He's kind of in every corner already, and he's able to reach every target that he wants to.
Yep. He's cast a wide net for sure.
Yeah.
I was setting up for that
All right, looks like the Cogforce taking that +1 to hit for his shooting attack, seeing as how the 20 block of Blues are right behind it. It's just going to turn around and start blasting, I think.
As one does.
Right, looks like the Relator's passing off a 5-up ward to that Vexillor in the center. It's not, that is pretty good, not nothing to ignore. Makes quite the sturdy hero.
Yep.
It could be even. It might even be affecting the Storm Coven too. I'm not sure if that's an aura or if that's pick 1 unit.
Damn, 1 off.
Did the rally, I think. I think that was on. That was on the Enlightened, right? He was trying to get a whole model back. I think he only rolled 3 back on that. So unfortunately did not get the model, right?
No. So, but it did take him to
It
full.
did heal that 1 that was there, yeah.
But no, he was definitely hoping for a full.
Looks like Sam is just debating all this end of hero phase movements. Looks like the Curseling's bailing himself out, swapping for that pink that was in that corner. Pretty wise.
Sam just doesn't have anywhere to go.
Right. Like he has options for his abilities, but ultimately they don't really put him in a favorable position.
Anywhere he moves, at least with the Enlightened Kairos, anywhere he moves, he's running straight at a hostile.
Okay. On a 3-up, max control 1. Not go off. For our spell, Kairos, stone to cast, teleporter. Goes off on an 11. With our other plus one. This guy.
Passing into the top of movement now. Isaiah's just gonna see where those desolators are going. There's not too much things to reposition. He's got that pocket of heroes and Storm Coven in the left side of the field, and really the Dracothian Guard are really what's gonna be doing the lifting this turn. I think he pulled that he pulled that final Enlighten back into the warp or whatever it is these Tzeentch use. Apologies, folks. That's just our event organizer doing some random door prizes for everyone. They got the microphone working today.
Unfortunately. With our headsets,
Right.
It made me feel like I was losing my mind for a second.
Looks like Kairos is taking a nice 2 or 3 inch redeploy here. The relics are coming in hot with that -1 to ward rolls on Kairos, trying to just burst them down with these 4 units here. 2 of them being just small foot heroes. But between all of them, there's probably enough damage there. It's like we're doing some random shooting attacks into him. Sam's debating a defense, passing on it.
I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Kairos to survive this experience.
I think so, yeah. Only getting 2 damage through on the shooting, but it's starting the count on him.
Yeah.
Here come the Desolators. Gets that crit 2 hit. No wounds though. Vigilator's going to shoot that Chaos Spawn because they don't really have much else to do, seeing as the Praetors have taken that top right objective already.
One left.
Doing 4 damage to that Chaos Spawn.
1 left on it.
Right.
Guarded hero. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. Looks like the Cauliflower is targeting that hero because he doesn't get the benefit of guarded because he's within 12, but he does get the -1 to hit. So I think they're both spending all-out attack and all-out defense respectively here. He's trying to just isolate the Curseling, take out 2 castings for him entirely. Wow, 12 damage going in on that Curseling. It's pretty substantial. Probably just looked like he's just gone, and I think.
I don't.
Yep.
Negate damage. If I do, yeah. If I negate 5, there's still 6. Or no, there's still 7.
So He did 12. He did so much damage. He could use the fate points to negate the damage here, but it'd be 1-to-1 ratio, so he would still have 7 damage left in the pool. Unfortunately, it's still enough to kill the Curseling after that.
And that's, like we said earlier, that's one of Tzeentch's more sturdy units.
Right, yeah, that was like, he has the good armor, even.
Took a fistful or a face full of cannon fire.
Right.
It has been really impressive to watch that. Watch that thing just sit there and lob mortars from across the table.
It's super effective in this matchup for sure. Even being grass stuck on that objective the entire game, it's still making points back. Looks like the Vexillor made a charge. I believe he had a CP reroll that. He rolled pretty poorly on that first initial one. The Vigilor's going into that Chaos Fund, trying to pop off that single wound. Gravetide coming in. Ew, rolls a 9. Possibly makes it into Kairos. Get that +1 damage out. Yeah, so I think between those things fighting Kairos, I think he's gone because, I mean, it's set unless some crazy dice rolls happen.
I think just going off of averages, the Gravetide.
The Gravetide,
it's like insult to injury, almost more than just. It's like just because I like to roll dice and I'm going to put this here.
Well, it's crazy. The Gravetide's been sitting there since round 1, top of round 1. It's insane.
Chilling.
Yeah.
It didn't ever have to do a lot of heavy lifting, but the fact that it was there and available as an option at all times is surprisingly strong. It's at least a nice safety blanket.
Of course. A little out of sequence, but Sam forgot to replace his shard, so Isaiah was nice enough to let him replace it. It doesn't really affect anything that Isaiah is doing. Like you're going in with the Desolators first and a Kairos, popping that all-out attack, of course. Probably dropping. I think Isaiah is down to 1 CP, and Sam is also down to 1 CP, popping that defense respectively. One at Ren 2, needs a 6-up. He hits that 6-up save there.
Ooh.
So no damage from the mounts, unfortunately. And then here are the axes up top. 6 at Ren 1 there. So he's looking for 5 ups here.
These are still 3 damage apiece, aren't they?
Yeah, because they're +1 damage on the charge, I believe. Oh no, these are +1 damage only if the target unit has 10 or more models.
Oh, okay.
So they are 2 damage each.
Okay.
All right, so he's going in with the wards.
He's negating 5.
He's negating 5 with his fate points here.
That's big.
Yeah, so he only took 3 from that unit specifically.
Being able to, I didn't realize that was part of the new fate system.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's really
that's
strong.
that's probably one of the best uses of them, I'd say. For a crucial moment like this.
Yeah. Oh.
So I feel like in this edition, it's only a matter of time before Kairos gets swamped like this.
Yeah.
So.
Is it 4 damage?
4 more damage coming in from the Vexillor, I believe, or the Grave. I can't remember if he chose which one. Looks like he got 7 remaining. 6 left, sorry. 6 remaining. So he is, in fact, bracketed, I believe. It's 10 wounds to battle damage him. He got less than 30 minutes, I believe. Less than 30 minutes. Yeah. It looks like I think we have about 20 to 30 minutes left in the round here.
2, Ren 1. Damage 2, 4.
And we're in the bottom of 4, aren't we? Or top still?
I think this is top of 4 because I think Sam is the bottom of 4.
3, Ren 1. Oh, what? So these are D3. Oh, so he's dead.
So Kairos will still hold that 1 point.
I didn't hear what
I think so. He's control 5. Yeah. So Kairos just bonked the Vexillor out.
Here? Yeah. Okay. He's got 1 minute.
Cool. going ahead with the Vigilers. Just killed that real quick. Didn't even need to roll it.
But he needs to be at 10 taken.
Yeah, so those fate points really coming in clutch for Kairos. So ignoring those 5 damage means he would be at, I think he's at 6 remaining. He would be at 1 remaining health. So pretty good use of those fate points.
Yeah, dude. Let's roll off. What? Triple double turn.
I think we got like 10 minutes left. Maybe we'll just talk.
Oh, I have to talk my turn now.
You got 5 minutes. I didn't realize the time. Right. Go ahead and play it. We'll talk about it.
I believe he scores a 1-2 more here for 10 more points for Isaiah. I think they might be wrapping up this turn. Going into the bottom of 4 for Sam.
So 10-point round.
Yeah, 10-point round for Isaiah, putting him at 43, I believe. I don't think he got either tactics. No, definitely. I stopped looking at that one. And he almost got, he got Master of the Path. He got 13 there. So plus 5. So he should be at 48.
48.
Yeah, because the Cursling got gunned down there by the cog for it.
Oh, that's right.
What's the banish? 7? Kairos, that's a 7.
Gets the banish out. Banishes that grave tide.
Left. We're gonna cast the teleport. And Kairos, the teleport goes off on a 9.
Kairos casting his teleport. Does not unbind. Getting that single enlightened disc back out. Putting him about center deployment of, picking him up again, sorry. Just debating. He's looking to score scouting this turn, I believe. So
I have exactly 3 left. I need to see what.
So between the disc, the blues, and the single pink that's up in the warp still that can come down, he could score the 3 scouting.
I feel like this is the situation where those blue horrors are going to be really clutch right now.
I think so. So they could either, I'm not sure where they can go exactly, but they can potentially they can strong arm an objective back into Sam's favor, basically, getting that score 1, score 2 at least, because that's a 3-point swing. And then at the same time, he's going to keep them on the other side of the table, essentially, for scouting force. So he's I think he's trying to reduce the control score of the fort, but I think that was hinging on the fact that the Cursling was standing there.
Yep.
Now the Cursling's not there anymore. I'm not sure he can cast that. No. Sam's in a rough spot because he's got exactly 3 scouts left, but the covering fire exists. So as soon as he ends that movement phase, ends that shooting phase, either the Cog Fort or the Storm Coven will be popping a covering fire. And he's only got 1 model left on both the pinks and the enlightened, so they're pretty susceptible to just getting absolutely blasted off the table by that covering fire.
I'm not saying he needs a miracle, but
Right. I think you might just have to commit to it and hope that Isaiah whiffs on the covering fire.
yeah.
Just ideally don't give the Cog Forth the covering fire, right? That would be the trick. If only he had another Chaos Spawn to shove 3 inches away from it, that would be if he had another 15-inch Chaos Spawn move. Which, funny enough, he does have one in the center of the table, so I don't want to jinx him, but it could happen. Sam just debating what he really wants to do this turn. How many points he really wants to score, rather.
You have 1 CP. Yeah, I'm gonna retreat Kairos.
Kairos doing a retreat, only taking 2 mortal wounds here.
Roll it. We're down to 5.
Yeah, basically, Kairos is just disengaging, so he dodges the damage.
If you're gonna covering fire, I'll roll it. So he's only taking 1.
Yeah, actually only realizing he has a ward on those retreat wounds, he takes only one damage.
I'm going for points, so
Yeah, so Kairos just wants to stand there. He's control 5, so as long as he's standing there, he can just have that point. And they're both down to 1 CP, so there's no chance for a counter charge available. And covering fire seems to be the only way to get rid of that. I guess the Desolators could do it covering fire, but I'm not sure they could do enough damage on a Kairos with that.
Kairos is hurting. Oh, he has what? 5? Oh, yes, he took 1, so 4 wounds left.
Right. Looks like we've got about 5 minutes left in the round, so they're concluding round 4, and they're seeing if they can talk out round 5 without rolling any more dice.
I've got 7. Yeah, I can. Depending on where you place it. Oh, here. I'll choose this on a 3-up they can't teleport. That's it.
That's the way we. The question is, well, no, can the cogs for it shoot them and then charge them if they have to?
No, because I'll swap them out with the spawn.
And can I cover swap?
Maybe.
Well, if it's just
I mean, I could go 6 inches down.
well, if it's just the spawn, I definitely would go, to be honest. Because 24 inch range from the big gun, 12 inch. You gotta move 8 farther than 18 inches to make it.
Yeah.
So, and if you're over here, I can shoot.
Yep. So to conclude round 4, I believe Sam scored 5 points at the bottom there. So that would bring him up to 34 points.
34?
He did not have the opportunity to score scouting or the second part of a tune there.
Alright, so what is your hero facing?
Spells, I could probably pass.
So it looks like they're just rolling some crucial rolls here, seeing as there's still time left in the round. Just trying to speed play, it looks like. Trying to get their points for their teams. It's for the painting. It's for painting. If you have a model and you're still playing.
Still playing. Don't do that.
Oh no, Don's telling us not to play anymore. Just kidding.
I was like, I surely misheard that.
They're gonna swap. He's gonna go 6 inches down.
Right.
Fantastic.
They're in the sky. Kairos is gonna teleport.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Looks like Kairos actually fails a crucial teleportation roll. He only rolls a 2 high on these 2 dice, so he gets a 6. It does not enough for that. Kind of hinging on that.
I think Sam understands the full gravity of that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Sam was already fighting for points here, but now that he failed that crucial roll, it's kind of rough because he has already pulled up the blue horrors off the table, so being unable to throw them back out is like really rough right now. So what he has on the table now, since he swapped, is a Chaos Spawn and Kairos and a single disc of Tzeentch. Oh, sorry, 2 Chaos Spawn. I missed one. Yeah, there's one in the center and one into the corner here that's swapped for the blue horrors.
Okay.
Yeah, they left him there because we have 5 minutes left, and it's rough to pick up 20 models right now.
And then, so that'd be my turn. Your turn, you would definitely still get control one.
They just passed turns.
Yeah, so I think they just talked out Isaiah's turn, and then Sam's probably stuck only controlling 1 this turn. So
Which
I'm
is 5, right?
right, so Sam would end at 39. Isaiah, see what Isaiah could score here. I think he scored the second part of Master of the Path.
Yeah.
Plus
Plus a 10.
Yeah, plus 10, so 15-point turn to conclude Isaiah's round
For
5.
63.
Right. All right, well,
And that's the game.
that's the game, folks. So that was a pretty nice one. So it was rough to see early on Isaiah had the 2 rounds of failed charges from Karazai, only touching he killed 2 Chaos Spawn and then 10 pinks before he was able to lay into those Enlightened, right?
Yep.
But he had to really, the Enlightened had to whiff for him to even get that opportunity to begin with. So Sam did a really good job at positioning early on, getting that screened out well. Kairos was heavily protected by everything in front of him.
Yep.
There was very few ways to actually get to him.
There's just a lot of meat coming at him that he's just not built to slow down fast enough.
All right, well, I'm going to go talk to the players, see if we can get an interview of the winner real quick. Nice. How you doing, Isaiah? That was a great game here. So that early game looked kind of rough. Karazai kind of got stuck in the middle, and then, I think 2 or 3 rounds in, he had only killed 2 Chaos Spawn, 10 pinks. And then it was only until Sam came in with those big block of Enlighten and Kairos where he failed to kill him on that second profile with the discs. So Karazai was able to slack back finally into something more valuable, get you some points worth. So what do you think about the game? What were some highlights for you?
Highlights was finally be able to get Karazai just in there to actually do some damage, because that would have been, if he had killed Karazai before I could do any real damage, then that probably would have been the game right there. Overall highlights, just the actually being able to survive all the spells, the onslaught of Tzeentch, because that's what you're always worried about. It's just 500 spells coming at you. I didn't make a single unbind that game.
Right, yeah, there was it's rough because if Kairos rolls that 5 or 6 with the +2 to cast, it's I can't even interact with that unbind, essentially.
Yep.
And then I loved your positioning towards the end of the game. I noticed at round 3 that you were kind of just all over the place with you have these tiny units everywhere. The Vigilers were kind of all over, and then you were able to utilize the Storm Portal more so, getting them onto the objectives that he had fallen off of.
Yeah, that's kind of the big thing with Stormcast. You got to keep a few stuff in reserve, because towards the end of the game, there's so few units on the board, it's easy to take my support units, throw them in the back, steal things here or there, or at least make them think about it.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Although if he had gotten this battle plan, it's terrible for me, because, he traps them, I'm stuck, which is what, very in there.
What did you think about this battle plan? Because I seen the cog fort was stuck on that one objective for basically the whole game, but luckily it's a range piece, so it was able to provide that support it usually does.
Yeah, thankfully it's got the big cannon, so it was able to actually do something. But having it stuck there the whole game, it worked out in the end. But that was rough. If he had gotten, thankfully he switched targets. But if he had gotten my wizards he did get the Desolator stuck. I was almost in trouble there.
Right. Yeah.
But
late game that was pretty relevant. All right. Well, we'll let you go for lunch. Thank you for the interview. That was an excellent game, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah.